Delegates from various countries are currently gathered in Banjul for a 4-day regional meeting of the Committee of Intelligence and Security Service of Africa, a meeting hosted by the Gambia State of Intelligence Service. Now, the meeting is geared towards addressing capacity gaps and enhancing coordination for an effective counter-terrorism in West Africa and the Sahel region. Our Moses Imendi has the details of that in this report.
Frequent terrorist attacks are plaguing the African continent in general, and West Africa in particular is grappling with a rising rate of terrorism and violent extremism, largely blamed on homegrown groups with affiliation to international and terror organizations such as Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Of late, the West Africa region has been badly battered by terror attacks, displacing millions and stalling economic and social progress in the most affected countries. Jihadi attacks in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Benin and Nigeria means that the problem of violence extremism needs to be seriously looked into by West African states, and one effective way of ensuring this is the sharing of critical information among states. The Banjul Convergence of Intelligence Security Chiefs, therefore, is aiming to close this information gap. Ambassador Zainab Ali Kotoko is CISA Executive Secretary, and she welcomes the timeliness of the meeting.
This workshop meeting is taking place at a time that our region is being described as not only the epicenter of violent extremism and terrorism, but also criminal activity as a result of the presence of local and foreign terror groups, as well as organized criminal groups. Not only do these groups pose a serious security threat to West Africa, but also to the continent. The strong link between violent extremism and terrorism and transnational organized crimes in recent times is leading to the existence of sophisticated networks and cooperation between terror and criminal groups.
The Director General of the State Intelligence Service of the Gambia, Usman Sow, highlighted the root causes of the increasing security challenges in this sub-region.
Manifest in cross-border challenges, insecurity, spillover effects, rising humanitarian challenges, food insecurity, and palpable public concerns. The situation is further complicated by transnational organized crime, illegal exploitation of resources, maritime piracy, conflicts between pastoralists and farmers, the proliferation of arms through porous and largely unsecured borders. Armed terrorists, ATGs, and organized criminal groups have taken advantage of this situation to merge, coordinate, collaborate, and carry out their nefarious activities, particularly in the West Africa and Sahel region. This is what lies at the crux of today's meeting, because these are the regional volatilities.
Dr. Isaac Armstrong spoke on behalf of the ECOWAS Commission President and reminded delegates of the need to look beyond the spread of attacks in the region and try to understand the coveted activities of the extremist groups. He shared some rather disturbing statistics.
The Sahel is recorded as the home to the world's fastest growing and most deadly terrorist groups haven. 60% of the Sahelian countries are from West Africa. According to the African Center for the Study and Research of Terrorism, popularly known as CAETS, in their report from the month of July 2022 till date, terrorists have struck at least 59 times, which has resulted in 787 deaths. These deaths mostly occurred in Burkina Faso and Mali. These occurrences show a rapid escalation from previous years and the negative impact and increase in internally displaced persons.
There is no telling the seriousness of the challenge faced by West African states in the fight against terrorism and violent crimes. The porous nature of shared borders and the activities of smugglers means violent groups and arms are able to move from country to country and carry out attacks. But it is believed that if the concerned states collaborate by sharing timely intelligence, then they can have a chance of defeating those bent on causing mayhem in the societies. A point hammered home by the Gambia's Vice President Badara Diouf.
Despite the challenging context due to our regional volatilities, we can only win this long and painful fight against terrorism and violent extremism if we cooperate and coordinate. To do so, we must collectively, as a region and individual states, come up with policies and strategies to address the root causes of the challenges that impact on our shared peace and security. For the terrorists attack peace, attack happiness, and attack development.
The Banjul Regional Meeting is a prelude to an upcoming continental meeting where issues facing the entire continent will be looked into and new strategies formulated to meet them. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Moses E. Mendy.